So why don't we assign these responsibilities to certain teams? We can very quickly do that if you click on the cell and assign it to a team. I don't have any teams yet because I never defined any teams. So I can add now a new team and electricians, electrical sub, let's call them like that. So an electrical sub is going to be an appointed party in this case. And I'm going to just save it and assign this responsibility, this task to my electrical team. I can do that quickly as well. So if I want to now, I can start assigning more responsibility to this team. And once I do that, I can also fast forward to agreement creation. Of course, before signing anything, what could happen is inviting this team, inviting team members, and start collaborating over this information container. So we can start discussing using the activity feed, even saying that, is this the right information that we want to collect? What about the checklist? What is the acceptance criteria? Do you need some further descriptions? Is this the right kind of geometrical breakdown or geometrical detail when it comes to a certain use case, and so on? You see document attachments and anything that you really want to discuss, cover, manage, any piece of information that you can collect and start requesting on these different task cards. Once I have teams assigned, maybe I want to filter down this huge scope. You can imagine that on a project, when you have multiple milestones, stages, phases of the project, and a list of different assets, then it becomes long. So what you can do is start filtering down, for example, by team. So now I see all the electrical responsibilities filtered down. And once I have that, actually what I can also do is creating a work package. This work package now have my settings. So you see that it inherited my previous settings. So it's filtered down to appointing. So I'm just going to call it the electrical work set. And now I have it assigned. At any point in time, I can go back to the original view, or I can create, of course, multiple views as well. An opportunity from this is to be contracting. But before doing that, let's jump back to our guide and see where we are. So we started creating an AIR, and we actually did create an AIR. So an AIR helps really communicating the exact needs and start this communication as early as possible. So each and every project stakeholder can really understand what they have to deliver, what is requested, and how it is going to be created and used downstreams, so we can make sure that the right information makes it into the models. As a next step, as I said, we can start creating work packages, which I already did, and start creating a contract. So assigning responsibilities to tasks and group into work packages, which already happened. And then we can export documentation. We can easily put cover pages on it and even get e-signatures. Let's quickly do that. So if you find the export function on the top, we are almost there.